afternoon and welcome to Between One Fern. I'm your host, Ben Rophie, and today we have a special guest on the show, the one and only Ben Rophie. Ben, thanks for being with us here today.
Thanks for having me, Ben. It's good to be here.
I'm sure it is. Now, comparing your speaking skills now at the end of the semester to your skills at the beginning of the semester, have your speaking skills changed?
Yes, Ben, very much so. My public speaking skills are much higher now than they were 4 months ago at the beginning of the semester.
In what ways would you say they have changed?
Well, for one, I'm more confident in my public speaking than I was at the beginning of the semester. For example, during the first speech I gave, the impromptu speech, I was pretty nervous and hadn't even prepared what I was going to say. I stood up in the center of the room in front of everybody and pulled out a guitar pick out of my pocket.
Oh, cool, you play guitar?
Yeah, I do. I've been playing for 8 years.
Cool, me too.
And like I said, I didn't have anything prepared, so I just started talking off the top of my head. I explained that I play guitar and talked a little about how music's always been a part of my life.
Yeah, mine too.
Right. So one thing in particular that I recall about my impromptu speech was this. I had ended the speech with a really lousy conclusion. If I remember correctly, it was something like, well, if you were to take one thing from this, I guess it would be to not stop doing what you love. And just by saying I guess, I implied that I wasn't even sure what I was talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess.
And not only that, it showed a lack of confidence in what I was talking about, and most likely disengaged the audience.
So what did you do to fix it?
Well, I certainly didn't make that mistake again. Although I still wasn't the most confident in my informative speech, I made sure I never said "I guess" in my conclusion. And of course, I was much more prepared for my informative speech as well as my persuasive speech.
Yeah, you should always be prepared. Shoot, what was the next thing I was going to ask? Here we go. How have your fears regarding public speaking changed over the course of this semester?
Well, I've never really been afraid of public speaking. In high school, I gave a speech in front of thousands of people. Even now, this thought doesn't scare me.
Yeah, me neither.
I do, however, have the tendency to get a little nervous, though.
Well, lucky for you, because that's actually my next question.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily call that lucky. I mean, it's not really a good thing.
Does public speaking generate any level of anxiety within you?
In particular, whenever I first get up to give a speech, my voice gets really shaky for the first couple minutes or so. I don't know why this happens, but it just does.
Yeah, that never happens to me.
Like I said, I'm not afraid of talking in front of people. I just get a little nervous and anxious before a speech. Once I get comfortable and my heart rate gets a chance to slow back down to normal, my voice becomes more clear and confident.
Has the level of anxiety for you changed throughout the semester? And if so, how?
Yeah, definitely. As I got to spend time and get to know the people in my lab section, I became more confident talking in front of them. I also made quite a few friends in my lab section, so talking in front of them was just like talking to them in any other social situation.
Yeah, I've got a lot of friends all around the world.
Yeah, I see them on your show all the time.
What level of public speaker would you consider yourself? Beginner or novice?
Beginner or novice?
Beginner, novice, or expert?
Well, I'd consider myself a strong public speaker. I still have room for improvement, but I feel as though I can efficiently express my ideas and thoughts via communication.
I'm sorry, what were you saying? I didn't hear any of the thoughts or ideas you were expressing via communication.
Are you serious?
Nah, I'm just messing with you. I heard every word you said. So at the beginning of the semester, you weren't such a great public speaker. Has your level of public speaking changed since the beginning of the semester?
Well, yeah, absolutely. At the beginning of the semester, my voice was pretty shaky, I was monotone and I wasn't confident at all.
So, would you say your level of public speaking has changed in a positive way?
Well, yeah.
Well, I became more confident and assertive after each speech. I built enthusiasm within myself throughout the semester. For instance, by the team speech, I was so pumped that I somehow managed to get the entire audience excited with me. It was amazing. Everybody was laughing and having a great time. Yeah, totally. That was really funny. So Ben, after participating in several speeches and a mock interview, what value do you see in public speaking? And how has it changed over the course of this class? Public speaking is incredibly significant when it comes to getting a job, working and interacting with people, whether they be coworkers, potential employers, or just in life in general. Communication is key when it comes to the social world in today's day and age. Without public speaking, no one would be able to express their ideas and thoughts with one another. You wouldn't be able to order food in a restaurant. I wouldn't even be able to be on this show answering your questions. Yeah, I kind of wish you weren't. You know what? This show sucks. You're a terrible host, and the reference is really stupid. And so is your beard. And this isn't even a fern tree. Well, that's all the time we have for today's edition of Between One Fern. Until next time, I'm your host, Ben Rophie, wishing you